A tsunami of supersized American-style pickup trucks are hitting Melbourne roads as sales reach record levels. But some fed-up drivers say the vehicles have no place down under.
America's most trusted trucks are crumbling faster than anyone expected. The first 60 days should be the honeymoon. Instead, owners are stranded with rattling dashboards, glitching screens, and repairs before the first oil change.
U.S. trucks and SUVs, the company saying that the V8 engines can fail without warning.
Automakers push ads about toughness and reliability, but behind the curtain, polish gave way to profit. So why are new trucks failing so soon? Who knew about these issues before launch? And how long before your own driveway becomes the repair shop? By the end of this video, you'll see the hype didn't just crack, it collapsed. Ford Maverick. Every so often, a new vehicle arrives that feels less like a simple product launch and more like the start of a movement. In the world of trucks, that spark came with the Ford Maverick. The name itself was not new. Long ago, Ford used Maverick on a compact car in the early 1970s. But when the badge reappeared in 2021 on a small pickup, it represented something fresh. Suddenly, buyers could own a truck that was affordable, efficient, and sized for modern life. Demand was instant, with many dealers unable to keep even a handful available. Yet with such anticipation, the first 2 months of ownership have not always been smooth, and that is why the Maverick lands at number 7. To appreciate the Maverick's appeal, it helps to view the pickup landscape. For decades, Americans associated trucks with full-size models like the Ford F-150, the Chevrolet Silverado 1500, and the Ram 1500. These machines were capable but increasingly expensive, with entry prices rising past $30,000. Into that world came the Maverick with a base price slightly above $20,000, making it the least costly new truck available. Even better, the standard powertrain was a 2.5-liter hybrid 4-cylinder engine, delivering fuel economy more typical of compact sedans than utility vehicles. Many people who never thought of owning a truck suddenly realized they could drive one without breaking their budget or their fuel efficiency. The honeymoon, however, does not always last. During the first month, owners celebrate the 4-door crew cab, experiment with the FlexBed storage system, and boast about achieving 40 miles per gallon in city driving. But as the 60-day mark approaches, some frustrations appear. A portion of owners report that plastics scuff easily, trim pieces rattle on rough pavement, or the 8-inch infotainment screen freezes and requires a restart. Others complain that bed accessories ordered with the truck take months to arrive, leaving them unable to enjoy the Maverick as promised. These are not catastrophic engine or transmission failures, but they stand out precisely because expectations were high. When a company promotes a truck as the solution to budget and lifestyle needs, even small flaws feel magnified. Some owners believe Ford rushed production to satisfy demand, sacrificing polish. Online forums often feature drivers expressing both affection for their trucks and annoyance at recurring quality issues surfacing in the second month. Still, the Maverick has changed the conversation by making a compact pickup that appeals to young buyers, city residents, and families seeking a second vehicle. Ford has expanded the market. Though it stumbles with early quirks, it has proven there is room for something smaller than a traditional full-size truck. The Maverick is simultaneously a success and a reminder that even hits can falter once the glow fades. We began with the smallest and most budget-friendly domestic pickup, but the road ahead grows larger. From compact convenience, we shift to the heavyweight that defines the segment itself. Let us roll forward to number 6, Ford F-150. When the conversation turns to the most recognized truck in North America, it is impossible to ignore the Ford F-150. This vehicle has become more than just transportation. It has become a symbol of work ethic, personal pride, and national identity. For over 4 consecutive decades, the F-150 has worn the crown as the best-selling pickup, delivering unmatched sales volume and forging a reputation as the go-to choice for millions. Contractors rely on it, families embrace it, and enthusiasts celebrate it. Yet even legends are not immune to criticism, and for a notable share of new owners, the first 60 days bring frustrations that feel heavier because expectations are so high. The F-150 is a master of variety. In its most basic extra-low trim, it serves as a bare tool for the job site, while the Platinum Edition offers near-luxury appointments with leather, wood accents, and advanced driver technology. Between those two extremes lie options like the extra-luxury Touring, King Ranch, and Limited, each serving a different audience. Power comes from an array of engines, including a 2.7-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder, a 3.5-liter 5.5-liter EcoBoost turbocharged 6-cylinder, a naturally aspirated 5.0-liter V8, and even a hybrid system that pairs electric assistance with gasoline strength. With its 10-speed automatic transmission, the truck promises efficiency and muscle, capable of towing trailers, hauling lumber, or transporting families in comfort. This wide appeal explains its dominance, but it also makes the small flaws feel amplified. Many owners rave about the first month, praising the smooth acceleration, commanding stance, and high-tech screens. By the second month, however, some begin noticing quirks. Reports include rattles from the dashboard, trim vibrations on uneven pavement, and wind noise near the side mirrors. The Sync infotainment system, operated through a screen as large as 12 inches, sometimes freezes or reboots unexpectedly. A few drivers also describe abrupt shifts from the 10-speed automatic transmission in stop-and-go traffic. Even the ride quality can feel harsh when the bed is empty, surprising those who expected car-like comfort. These concerns are not catastrophic breakdowns, yet they chip away at confidence. When someone invests $40,000 or more in a platinum trim truck, they expect refinement equal to a luxury car. Even a sticking window switch or a misaligned tailgate latch can feel like betrayal. Online forums overflow with posts from frustrated new buyers asking whether others share the same issues. The answer, often, is yes. The problems are usually resolved under warranty, but early dealership visits within the first 60 days dampen the joy of ownership. Despite these imperfections, the Ford F-150 remains the benchmark. Its capability, variety, and resale strength make it hard to ignore. The reality is that a truck produced in such immense numbers will always show scattered early defects. For some, those 2-month irritations loom large. For others, the truck's strengths easily outweigh the annoyances. The reigning champion of trucks may stumble in the short term, but another rival waits just down the road. Leaving behind Ford's giant, we steer toward the bow tie brand to see how Chevrolet's own entry sometimes falters. At number 5. If you're enjoying this countdown so far, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps more truck fans find us. And while you're here, drop a comment below. Which pickup has given you the most headaches? Your story might just appear in our next video. Chevrolet Silverado 1500. Across highways, construction sites, and suburban driveways, the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 stands as one of the most recognizable vehicles in America. With bold lines, a commanding grille, and a long lineage of Chevy pickups behind it, the Silverado represents more than just transportation. It embodies strength, tradition, and family pride. Whether configured as the plain work truck trim or upgraded to the lavish High Country edition, it aims to provide something for nearly everyone. For many buyers, driving home in a Silverado feels like an achievement, yet the first 60 days sometimes bring frustrations that complicate the dream of ownership. Since its introduction in the late 1990s, the Silverado has acted as Chevrolet's answer to the Ford F-150 and the Ram 1500. The lineup remains vast, with trims running from basic to extravagant. Under the hood, options include a 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, a 5.3-liter V8, a 6.2-liter V8, and even a 3.0-liter inline-6 turbo diesel engine for those who prioritize torque and long-distance efficiency. Pairing with an 8-speed or 10-speed automatic transmission, these engines allow towing of more than 12,000 pounds in some versions. Innovations such as the multi-flex tailgate, corner bed steps, and an available camera system with multiple trailer views underscore its practical focus. All of these features explain why the Silverado routinely sells in the hundreds of thousands annually. Buyers expect capability, comfort, and reliability, but during the first 2 months, owners sometimes find the reality less seamless. Some have reported the Chevrolet Infotainment 3 system locking up or resetting mid-drive, forcing them to restart the truck to regain control. Others encounter problems with wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto connections that drop unexpectedly. There are also complaints of vibration at highway speeds, rough shifting from the 10-speed automatic transmission, or fit and finish issues such as misaligned panels and squeaky dashboards. In lower trims like the work truck or custom, these flaws are annoying but perhaps tolerated given the price point. Yet in the high country trim, where buyers invest upward of $60,000, the expectation of refinement is much greater. A rattling center console, a malfunctioning parking sensor, or an inconsistent camera system can feel unacceptable. For new owners who waited months for delivery, discovering these issues within 60 days feels like betrayal. Online forums and social media groups often reflect these sentiments, filled with discussions about warranty appointments and parts delays. Despite such such problems, Silverado loyalty remains fierce. For every dissatisfied owner, there are many who shrug off the early issues and emphasize the truck's strengths. Its towing muscle, wide range of trims, and long-standing reputation keep it firmly entrenched as a cornerstone of the American truck market. Even with imperfections, the Silverado continues to symbolize resilience and adaptability, ensuring its place on job sites and in family garages alike. The Chevrolet may carry history and heart, but its corporate cousin aims to climb even higher by offering a touch of luxury. As we roll forward, number 4 introduces the GMC Sierra, a truck that promises refinement yet faces its own set of short-term setbacks. GMC Sierra 1500. In the world of full-size pickups, few vehicles attempt to balance rugged utility with refined luxury as boldly as the GMC Sierra 1500. Chevrolet may offer the Silverado as a capable everyman's truck, but GMC's Sierra steps in as the polished sibling, marketed to drivers who want power and prestige, wrapped in a single package. The range spans from the no-nonsense Pro trim designed for fleets and budget buyers, all the way to the lavish Denali Ultimate, which rivals luxury sedans in equipment and price. On paper, it seems like the perfect marriage of capability and comfort. Yet many new owners have discovered that the first 60 days of ownership can expose flaws that undercut the Sierra's lofty image. The history of the Sierra goes back to the late 1990s, when General Motors divided its truck strategy between Chevrolet and GMC. While Silverado focused on broad appeal, the Sierra emphasized refinement and upscale touches. Over time, trims multiplied, beginning with Pro and climbing to SLE, Elevation, SLT, AT4, Denali, and the range-topping Denali Ultimate. Prices stretch widely, with high trims soaring past $70,000. Under the hood, engines mirror those found in the Silverado lineup: a 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, a 5.3-liter V8, a 6.2-liter V8, and a 3.0-liter turbocharged diesel inline 6. Paired with an advanced 10-speed automatic transmission, the powertrains promise both efficiency and strength. In the first months of GMC Sierra ownership, complaints often arise about the 13.4-inch touchscreen freezing or rebooting, vanished navigation, and unresponsive voice recognition, while squeaks from seals, rattles near the panoramic sunroof, and clunky 10-speed downshifts further frustrate. These flaws sting hardest in premium trims, where buyers spending over $70,000 on a Denali Ultimate expect perfection, but face stuck running boards, inconsistent adaptive suspension, or malfunctioning massaging seats within weeks. Still, loyalty persists, as many owners trust warranties and value the Sierra's bold styling, upscale cabins, clever multi-pro tailgate, towing muscle, and commanding presence. With GMC's refined contender examined, our journey turns toward a mid-size pickup that promised reinvention and adventure. At number 3, the Chevrolet Colorado enters the stage, bringing bold style and rugged ambitions, yet revealing its own short-term frustrations. Chevrolet Colorado. For drivers who crave a pickup that is easier to manage than a full-size behemoth, yet still versatile enough for both weekday tasks and weekend escapes, the Chevrolet Colorado has long stood as a go-to choice. Introduced in the early 2000s to replace the Chevrolet S10, it quickly became a familiar sight on American roads. It filled a gap for buyers who wanted capability without the overwhelming footprint of larger trucks. With trims stretching from the practical work truck to the adventurous ZR2, the Colorado attempts to satisfy a broad audience. Still, the story does not end with glossy brochures and showroom shine, because within the first 60 days of ownership, frustrations often surface that remind buyers every truck has its flaws. The Colorado's journey began in 2004 when Chevrolet launched the first generation. That model gained attention for offering compact size and fuel efficiency, but it also suffered from notorious engine issues, particularly with the 5-cylinder option. Chevrolet pressed forward, and by the mid-2010s, the Colorado had been reimagined with modern styling, stronger engines, and updated safety technology. The latest redesign continues the evolution, introducing sharper body lines, larger screens inside the cabin, and an emphasis on digital convenience. Buyers can now select from trims such as Work Truck LT, Trail Boss Z71, and the rugged ZR2, each tailored to different lifestyles. Underneath the hood, the current Colorado features a single 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, offered in varying power outputs depending on the trim. While simplifying the lineup, this change disappointed some longtime fans who missed the V6 and diesel options of earlier years. An 8-speed automatic transmission transmission manages power delivery, and in certain configurations, the truck can tow more than 7,000 pounds. On paper, these numbers place it squarely in competition with the Toyota Tacoma, Ford Ranger, and Nissan Frontier. However, the excitement of a new truck sometimes fades quickly. Many new owners have reported electronic glitches appearing during the first 2 months. The expansive 11.3-inch touchscreen occasionally freezes or restarts without warning, while wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connections can drop unexpectedly. Other complaints include cabin rattles, squeaks from the suspension system, and noticeable vibration at highway speeds. The 8-speed automatic transmission has also been criticized for delivering hesitant shifts, reducing confidence in otherwise promising mechanicals. The ZR2, marketed as the off-road champion of the lineup, introduces its own challenges. While its locking differentials, specialized dampers, and aggressive tires inspire confidence on trails, they also contribute to compromises in everyday driving. Road noise is louder, the ride is firmer, and replacement parts for specialized components are not always easy to source. For buyers who spend over $50,000 for this trim, early frustrations feel especially discouraging. Despite these setbacks, the Colorado retains a devoted following. Its mid-size proportions make parking in cities far easier than with a full-size truck, and its towing and hauling figures satisfy the needs of many families. Owners often accept minor issues, trusting warranties and dealer service departments to correct them. Ultimately, the Chevrolet Colorado remains a blend of practicality and adventure, though not without the possibility of short-term disappointment. Having explored Chevrolet's mid-size option, our path now leads to its premium sibling. Number 2 brings the GMC Canyon, a truck that dresses in upscale refinement, yet wrestles with many of the same early ownership troubles. We're down to the final stretch, and if you've stayed with us this long, you clearly love truck talk, so don't miss out. Hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. Join our community of drivers and enthusiasts, and be first to catch every future breakdown. GMC Canyon. In the competitive landscape of mid-size pickup trucks, the GMC Canyon stands apart as the model that aspires to be both rugged and refined. While its sibling, the Chevrolet Colorado, courts buyers with affordability and versatility, the Canyon is deliberately positioned as the upscale alternative. It is marketed to customers who want everyday practicality blended with premium style, advanced features, and a stronger sense of identity. With trims running from the Elevation to the AT4 and culminating in the AT4X, it caters to everyone from young professionals seeking a stylish commuter to outdoor enthusiasts craving trail capability. At first glance, the Canyon seems to check every box, but many new owners discover during the first 60 days that small frustrations can add up quickly. The Canyon's modern history dates back to 2004, when GMC re-entered the mid-size truck category after discontinuing the Sonoma. Sharing a platform with the Chevrolet Colorado, the Canyon differentiated itself through sharper styling, richer interiors, and a focus on refinement. Over the years, it became known as the professional's mid-size pickup, the one meant to look just as presentable in a driveway as it did at a job site. In the 2020s, GMC doubled down on this premium angle. The Elevation trim emphasized bold design and technology. The AT4 leaned toward adventure with skid plates and off-road suspension, and the AT4X offered locking differentials and specialized dampers for the most demanding trails. Power comes from a 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine tuned to multiple output levels depending on trim. This engine pairs with an 8-speed automatic transmission and delivers torque sufficient for towing more than 7,000 pounds in some versions. GMC highlights features like advanced trailering assistance, a refined suspension system, and digital driver displays to justify its position as the premium mid-size pickup. On paper, the package looks like a near-perfect blend of power, polish, and practicality. Yet new buyers often report that reality intrudes within weeks. Many have encountered glitches with the 11.3-inch infotainment screen, ranging from sluggish responses to sudden reboots. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connections may cut out mid-drive, undermining convenience. Some drivers complain of vibrations at highway speeds, squeaks from the suspension, or rattles from the doors. Others highlight the 8-speed transmission's inconsistent behavior, especially during stop-and-go traffic, where downshifts can feel abrupt or clunky. These issues sting particularly hard in the upper trims. When an Elevation costs around $45,000 or an AT4X climbs past $55,000, buyers expect near-luxury refinement. Complaints about creaking interior panels, stiff ride quality, or malfunctioning electronic features feel magnified against the premium price. Early warranty visits are not uncommon, and online communities document the experience experiences of owners who expected trouble-free driving but instead faced dealership appointments within the first 60 days. Still, the Canyon maintains a loyal following. Its squared-off design, upscale interiors, and the innovative multi-stow tailgate system win admiration. Many buyers accept that early flaws can be corrected under warranty and continue to appreciate the truck's balance of size, strength, and image. For drivers seeking a mid-size pickup that feels more special than the average offering, the Canyon remains appealing, though patience may be required at the beginning of ownership. With the Canyon's strengths and shortcomings revealed, the road now leads to the ultimate entry in our countdown. Number 1 highlights a full-size pickup that aimed high but left many new owners disappointed almost immediately. Jeep Gladiator. The Jeep Gladiator stands as one of the most distinctive trucks in the American market, a vehicle that blends the character of the Wrangler with the practicality of a pickup. When Jeep confirmed in 2019 that a new Gladiator would arrive for the 2020 model year, anticipation reached a fever pitch. This was no ordinary truck launch. It was the revival of a nameplate with history dating back to the 1960s. Buyers imagined the freedom of a Wrangler with the bonus of a real cargo bed. From the entry-level Sport to the trail-conquering Rubicon and the desert-focused Mojave, the Gladiator promised something unique. Yet for many owners, the first 60 days have been filled with frustrations that cloud the initial excitement. The Gladiator's roots are tied closely to Jeep's heritage of rugged utility. Earlier pickups like the original Gladiator of the 1960s and the Comanche of the 1980s built loyal followings, but Jeep stepped away from the truck market for nearly 3 decades. The reborn Gladiator sought to fill that void. Its design borrowed heavily from the Wrangler Unlimited, complete with 4 doors, removable roof panels, and even a folding windshield. Adding a 5-foot pickup bed created a package that seemed to combine off-road tradition with modern practicality. The concept was irresistible, a truck that could climb mountains by day and carry home improvement supplies by evening. Performance options added to the appeal. The standard engine was a 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, paired with either a 6-speed manual transmission or an 8-speed automatic. Later, Jeep added a 3.0-liter EcoDiesel V6 with abundant torque. Properly configured, the Gladiator could tow up to 7,650 pounds and carry payloads over 1,600 pounds. Specialized trims underscored its adventurous spirit. The Rubicon brought locking differentials, disconnecting sway bars, and knobby tires, while the Mojave delivered reinforced suspension and unique tuning for high-speed desert driving. No other midsize pickup offered such character. However, reality sometimes undercuts the promise. Many new owners describe vague steering that demands constant corrections at highway speeds. Some even report the notorious death wobble, a violent front-end shake familiar to longtime Wrangler owners. Manual transmission models faced a serious defect when clutch pressure plates overheated and fractured, prompting recalls within the first months. Electrical gremlins have also been common, with backup cameras failing, infotainment systems freezing, and check engine lights appearing without explanation. Roof leaks are another frustration, particularly at the seams of the removable Freedom top panels. These issues often reveal themselves within 60 days, souring what should be the most exciting period of ownership. For those who spend more than $40,000 on a Sport S or upward of $55,000 on a Rubicon or Mojave, early flaws feel magnified. Customers expect quirks from a Jeep, but not repeated warranty visits before the first oil change. Online discussions capture this tension. Loyalists defend the Gladiator as full of character, while critics argue its shortcomings cross the line into unacceptable. Despite these struggles, the Gladiator remains magnetic. Its open-air freedom, unmistakable design, and legendary off-road ability make it unlike any rival. Enthusiasts accept the imperfections, convinced that no other truck captures adventure so vividly. Still, for many buyers, the first 2 months of ownership can test patience more than expected. And with that, the countdown reaches its finale. From budget-friendly options to luxury experiments, and finally to the adventurous but imperfect Gladiator, these trucks prove that even the most anticipated models can stumble once real-world ownership begins. And that's our full countdown of the trucks that left owners fuming within just 60 days. Some promised luxury, others bragged about capability, yet all revealed flaws too big to ignore. But now it's your turn. Have you faced issues with any of these models? Share your story below, join the discussion, and let's learn from each other's experiences. Don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening breakdowns, because the next video might spotlight the truck sitting in your own driveway.